Hey, we're here. We're here. And we're live. What's up?
What's up? What's going on, people? We back for another episode of RJ Fantasy Football Talk. I know we usually on Wednesday nights, but it's okay. We got a couple drafts we got to do tomorrow before the season start. Um, but we here though. Let us know how you feel. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's going on, brother?
Hey, nothing too much. Just do me a favor, back up a little bit, so we can get you fully in the frame. Uh, yeah, had of for those that's watching now, I'm sure you see having a few things with crazy people popping in. So hey, I'm just excited that it's football season. And we
Yes.
have our good friend Tony back. When we did our first show this season, we had Tony up there, but we had some audio problems where the
Definitely.
audience probably didn't hear all the wonderful insight that Tony was trying to offer them. So uh, we got him back here. We're gonna try it again, see if we can uh, have a little bit more success with him.
It went well. I think I'm ready for the season to start. Couple things, couple people got dropped, injuries,
All right,
that sort of thing. So you just got to make a few adjustments on the fly, but it was cool. But I'm ready. I still got two more drafts to do. That's why we're doing
right,
it tonight because I have two tomorrow. I have two drafts actually at 9 o'clock and 9:30 tomorrow,
right.
which is crazy. So
That's gonna be
we got
fun
to
to
make this
navigate.
happen. Exactly. So we're gonna see what happens. But we do got a guest tonight, Tony. We want to welcome him back to the show. Um,
Yeah,
what's
Right.
going on, man? How life treating you, baby?
everything good, man. Everything copacetic. On this virtual life thing, man. You know what I mean? With the kids
Right.
and everything, it's real.
Oh, definitely,
It's real,
definitely.
man. I
Okay.
can't complain, man.
Right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be back on the show.
Well, we welcome. We're glad to have you back.
Uh, we gonna try to make up for it.
Definitely, definitely.
As
So
much
we're
Just
as
gonna
working
make
the
up
possible.
for
kinks
this.
out. Just working the kinks out. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay, man. It's good.
Yeah,
Um,
it's all good.
so we got a couple topics today on the show that we're gonna discuss. Uh, First and foremost, we got football on Thursday, y'all.
But it's here.
Exactly. So I'm just
Yeah.
happy, man, that it's here, man. It's fans and no
Yeah.
fans. I don't even care, man. It's gonna be great, man, and it's gonna be entertaining. So it's another season of fantasy football, people. And being that you using a couple drafts this year, how do you feel your drafts went? How do you feel like you're gonna do this year? What you expect?
I think I'm gonna do pretty good. I got reunited with my brothers JJ, and Rodney, in the gridiron. So I'm excited about that one. Is I'm very familiar with the other league we in, St. Mark League, but I feel like I did pretty good in my drafts, man. I know Rodney, we're gonna get into it tonight. Some decisions I made that you wasn't too pleased with as far as my decisions and trades, but I know we're gonna get into that tonight. But overall, I feel I did good in both drafts. I know I'm gonna have to adjust along the way. That's how you become a champion. You
True,
know,
true.
'cause I'm a two-time champion, so I'm gonna have to make some adjustments along the way, and I'm gonna have to prove you wrong in the gridiron, and get to the playoffs like I promised you. I promised you to get in the
Right.
playoffs, so I gotta handle my business.
I mean, true. I hope you do handle your business in there. We're gonna talk about this decision you made the other day. First of all, you made a trade in the beginning of the season when the season didn't even start. First of all, so I need you not to do that first. And she had a conversation. This came out today. Gibson is not starting, by the way.
Right.
So they have somebody else starting. So it's fine though. But I still think Gibson is gonna get most of the touches. I think it's just
Yeah.
a little thing, a game they playing right now with people. But I think Gibson will definitely get most of the work. So I will apologize to you
A
on
slight
that. But I'm
apology.
still slight one, not much though. So I do think you made a I wouldn't make the trade. That's all I'm saying. It's too early in the game for that. Come on, man. Seriously. Jeez.
Look,
I'm not doing
high
it.
risk, high reward.
well,
You know what I mean?
you
High
had to
risk, high
say
reward.
what's the trade details.
We need details,
okay.
Tony.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So the details, I had one of our fellow players, offer me y'all help me out. Who was it? My boy.
You don't
Y'all help me out, Rod.
Well, here's my issue
me out,
with your
Rod.
trade. He traded Antonio Gibson, and I
Antonio
can't remember who the other player was. But you traded him. It was a wide. Oh, it was Antonio Gibson and another
John Brown.
John Brown. Yeah, it was John Brown for CeeDee Lamb.
For CeeDee Lamb and Zach Moss.
Yeah.
And Zach Moss.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the lineup. Now tell the people, just in case they don't remember from the last time or couldn't hear you last time, your team, your favorite squad to follow is
the Washington football team.
Team Washington.
Team Washington.
The recreation team.
So you traded away the running back for your team for a wide receiver from your arch enemy, the hated Dallas Cowboys. So
yeah,
all the other stuff with the trade, I don't really mind. Do what you do, but just the fact that,
right.
And we won't throw his name out there. The person you traded with is a Cowboy fan as well. So it's like cats and dogs lying together. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. But hey,
there's no love in fantasy football, man. No love in
no
fantasy
loyalty.
football. You gotta
but Tony, you're right about that. But the problem I have with this is, you know Gibson. Mm-hmm. You should know about Gibson the most as a fan of him, as a fan of the team. But I get it. You wanted CeeDee Lamb. It's cool.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Right. I'm not mad at that.
All right.
Yeah, I want to see the Lamb.
Yeah, you just hated on your team. That's all. But we have a comment. Thanks Gorky for viewing with us. He says, "Hey guys, who do you think I should start as his flex for Week 1?" He has William Fuller, Stephon Diggs, or Antonio Gibson. So Tony can't answer this because he obviously hates Antonio Gibson. So we're not even gonna let you get in on this one. I asked you, Rodney, first off. We might let Tony get in on this later.
I'm going Diggs in the flex.
Yeah.
It's particularly like the quarterback, but they have no. I mean, he's the number one receiver there, so I would go Diggs if I was him. What you think, JJ?
I would actually disagree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm picking William Fuller in this flex for two particular reasons. The Texans, and we're gonna talk about this game in some detail later, are playing against Kansas City. So that's going to be a high-scoring event. I lost everybody on my team. Oh, no. So, well, Gorky, I guess you just get to hear my opinion because I'm the one who's right anyway. We seem to have lost. We're having some Skype problems, I think, but they'll be joining us back. But listen to me anyway. You want to go with William Fuller because they're playing against the Chiefs, and so that's going to be a high-flying game. And the second reason, this is not as scientific, but the fact of the matter is William Fuller always gets hurt on a yearly basis. And so you got to hit William Fuller while you still can because he's a dynamic wide receiver and he's in a dynamic game. But the truth of the matter is you don't know how many weeks you'll be able to play William Fuller before he gets inevitably hurt like he always does every year. So run with him while you can. So that's my advice for you. Thanks for the question. While I await my colleagues to call me back, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about our drafts that we have had so far. So I'm in 7 different leagues, and this weekend we had I had 2 of my 7 drafts. And the good thing about being in that many leagues is you get better with it over time. I don't recommend it for starting off because it can be a rough trying to manage all of those. However, I think that my last drafts have been probably my best ones thus far. Let me see if y'all bear with me for 1 second. I'm gonna go on standby and see if I can't connect with Rodney and Tony and get them back on the scene for you all.
Everything,
goes.
come on, man. Everything was good last night.
All right, we're all three of us are back. So
Sorry for
I
the
found them.
people.
They were having some sort of conversation without me, apparently. So
With
we left off with trying to answer Gorky's question. I gave him the right answer, but go ahead, Rodney. Continue repeating your bad answer, and then we'll let Tony answer.
Well, I think
go ahead, Rodney.
I'm going with Diggs. Diggs is the safer play. The reason I say that because he doesn't get hurt like Will Fuller. Will Fuller could get in the game and literally get a concussion or get hurt, and he could be done for you. So it's too much of a risk to actually play Will Fuller. Gibson, I like. By the way, I like Gibson. By the way, people,
I do like Gibson. I'll say that much.
You don't know what you're gonna get, but they're saying they're hyping him up to be really good this year. But Diggs, I think, is a safer play for me. I think because he's gonna get his targets no matter what. They're gonna throw him the ball. So I'm going Diggs over both of them. That's who I would take. I don't disagree with you. I just think William Fuller is too much of a risk to play.
Okay.
Opening night like that. So I mean, what you think, Tony?
All right, Tony, hit him.
So Rodney disagrees with you. Let's make that clear. Rodney disagrees. Let's be clear about that. He disagrees with you, JD. But I agree with Rodney. I would go with Stephon. I would go with Stephon Diggs. I mean, I think he has a high ceiling. He stays healthy pretty much for the most part. I like what Rodney has said. You got Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, and a couple other guys that you don't really know who's going to be that number one guy yet. They might do, I heard, like, receivers by committee, like, whoever's get hot at the moment. I think Stephon Diggs, he can, make a big play at any time, a post route, 50-yard touchdown, boom. You got you some points already. Even if you don't do nothing for the rest of the night, I think you have a better shot with getting points with Stephon Diggs than William, because you just don't know. DeAndre Hopkins is gone. We all know he went to Arizona. He's gone. So, we see Fuller flash. Like, oh man, he's good. The next week, like Rod said, you don't hear from him. You're like, where he at? He's on the bike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's on the bike. So I would go. I think Stephon Diggs is the safer pick. I know y'all feel like I'm a Tony Gibson hater. But I think I know Stephon Diggs the safer pick, man. It's the safer pick.
I agree with you that Diggs is a safe pick because he's the lead receiver. But what I was saying while you guys were going, Texans are playing against Kansas City, and so that's going to be a high-scoring game. Whereas the Bills are playing against the Jets, they're going to wipe the floor with the Jets, and the Bills are a very strong run team, and they're going to run all over the Jets for the entire night. Will Fuller, and you guys are missing the most important part about the question. He says flex for week 1. Y'all are talking about his injury. Week 1, Will Fuller's going to be GOAT. This might be the one chance you have all year to rock Will Fuller. So since he's healthy now, you play him.
But the thing
you play him while you can.
Will Fuller could get out of bed tomorrow hurt, bro. Like, so it's like you just don't know.
I hear y'all.
Walk into practice and get hurt.
Well, we got 2 votes for Will for Stephon Diggs, 1 vote for Will Fuller. So take what you want to do with that one. Again, thanks for the question. So
look, and at the end of the day, I'm picking Houston to win this game.
Okay.
Because I feel like Houston.
You're wrong, but continue. Tell us why you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Whatever. But I feel like I'm picking Houston because they popping champagne, they getting their rings. I think it's going to be a hangover from that, where they're not going to play up to their ability. I'm not saying they're the better team. That Houston is the better team. Obviously, KC is the better team. But at the end of the day, I think you see it all the time. These Super Bowl teams don't come out and they don't play up to their ability.
Okay,
at the end of the day. So I'm not taking anything away from them. I just feel like, and then you got to think about it. Houston had them up by 21 points last year playoffs. So I think that chip alone is going to make them want to go out and win the game. So, and when we do our bold predictions, it's really going to kind of hinder on my pick. It's really going to see why I picked them. I think it's one player in that game that's going to be really big for them that nobody's really thinking about at the end of the day. So that's why.
But you're saving that for the bold predictions part. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna say that for the bold.
Well,
Okay.
All right, we got a response back from Coke. He actually has a 12-player team. He has some good talent up here. Tom Brady, AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Saquon Barkley. So I'm assuming he might have had the second pick in this draft. Kenyon Drake, who I know Rodney you're real big on. Hayden Hurst, who I'm real big on. Will Fuller, Antonio Gibson, who Tony hates. Stephon Diggs, and he has the Chicago defense. I'm not letting you live down the Antonio Gibson trade. You're a Washington football team fan, so to the end of the season, I'm gonna just rag you on that one. Be prepared for it.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, that sounds like a pretty solid team.
Really is. I like his roster.
That sounds good, man.
So, yeah.
That's a good roster.
He did some good drafting there. Like he got I think he got a balanced roster. Because you don't really have, he don't really got a piece that he's missing. So I think his roster is kind of balanced from top to bottom, and he can kind of play those guys accordingly to where they need to be at. And if you need to go a different route, he can. So I think the roster is pretty good. Good drafting guy.
Good draft.
Really good draft.
Better than Tony.
Good draft.
So I don't want to ask you. I don't want to ask you who you got winning because I already know who you gonna say. Tony, who do you got winning the game Thursday night?
Man, I have the Super Bowl champs winning on Thursday night.
I'm by myself.
And the reason why, before me and Rodney went down the rabbit hole and lost JJ, I don't think they're gonna have, for some reason. I think it's they're getting mostly everybody back. I don't think they're gonna have that problem with the hangover. I know most Super Bowl teams. Normally do have it. Like Roger, they normally, sometimes get blown out that game or just play horrible. Like they play like crap because of the hangover and the celebration, the popping bottles, all that. So, but I think they're gonna be. I think Andy Reid gonna have them boys prepared and ready to go. But also, Texas, man, they have a chip on their shoulder too. So it wouldn't surprise me if they come in there just like some dogs, man, and start dominating maybe a certain part of the game, and then Patrick Mahomes got to be Patrick Mahomes with the weapons he have. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, man. I think they're gonna come. I don't think they're gonna have the hangover. I think they're gonna come out. I think because of Andy Reid, he's not gonna allow them to have. And I think Patrick Mahomes is ahead of his time, man. Right. He's very mature, man, as a quarterback at his age. So I think that leadership, they won the Super. They've been there before, game one. And like I told Rodney, I said, man, the Texans, if they win it, this could boost their start into the season. Because if you knock off the champs at the beginning of the season, I mean, that's a big confidence booster, man, and that can get you rolling. So, but they're not gonna come in there and lay down. Right. They're not coming in and lay down. But I'm going with the Chiefs.
Right.
Okay, I ain't mad at that.
And I'm going with the Chiefs because I'm married into the Chiefs family.
Yeah, we already know. We know.
But I'm going to read my wife's comment because she said KC is going to play. They have something to prove because people do not believe they're going to be that team. It's okay. We're going to see what's happening. I'm going to guarantee you guys. We're going to see what happens. Hey, yeah. And that comment, if you all heard, is for this guy right over here, who's a 49ers fan. So he's not picking the Chiefs strictly because his team lost. We all know that's true.
That is not true.
We believe in Mahomes.
Look, the only thing, here's one thing I would say for the Texans. They get to go into Arrowhead and not have to contend with the fans. However, even with a quarter of that stadium packed, Arrowhead's going to be rocking. So.
Look.
Wow.
This is look, I'm not hating on Pat Mahomes. What I'm saying is I'm just speaking reality. At the end of the day, most teams that win the Super Bowl, they most time get blown out week one, and then
it's tough. It is tough coming back week one. I give you that.
So I mean, but it could be a toss up. But I'm rolling with Houston. I'm gonna be the bad guy here. I'm gonna be the Stephen A. or the Skip Bayless of this show and say I'm rolling with a different team here. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know this is what I'm doing here, okay? If you don't like it, you ain't got to roll with it.
Hey, facts.
This is what I'm saying. I speak facts over here. I've been playing this game too long not to know. So, but I'm just saying, I like that. So I'm rolling with that. And we got some news, man. Some sports news today, man. Some big contracts been signed, man. It's crazy.
Money.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, Hopkins got paid today. Deshaun Watson got paid. Now I'm saying team anymore, but got paid. So it's a lot of these guys. Kamara about to get paid.
Keenan Allen got paid.
Keenan Allen got paid. It was some good. It was a good couple of days in the league for some players. They got paid. Right. They paid their worth. So I'm not mad at that. Deshaun Watson got paid $160 over 4 years, so that makes him the second highest quarterback, highest paid quarterback in the league. Actually, the DeAndre Hopkins deal makes him the highest paid non-receiver, non-quarterback in the league. So I mean,
that's serious wide receiver money. So
I think it's a total 5 years, $94 million. So that's not bad at all. So I congratulate to them guys getting paid. They deserve it. I mean, hey, get your money. I ain't mad at you.
Hey guys, I have a quick question for y'all, man.
Yes.
How y'all would have felt if the Saints would have let Alvin Kamara walk out the door? Because I was shocked when I saw that it was possibly like trade offers for this man. I was like, are they gonna let this man walk out the door? What?
Well, we've seen it done before. Yeah. They did it before. They did it at Jimmy Graham.
Crazy.
They let Jimmy Graham go in his prime. So we seen it done because they did not want to put Jimmy Graham like a receiver, so they let him walk. Actually, they traded him.
Yeah.
So
they traded him.
They traded him. So the thing is, maybe, cooler heads prevail, which is a good thing for them because Kamara is the best running back on that team. So I ain't mad at him, and he gonna get paid accordingly. So I'm good with that.
I know who was gonna make out like a bandit if they had let him go. The people that have been drafting Latavius Murray would have been on cloud 12 and a half. It was like, yes, they were about to.
That's true.
Because Latavius Murray was a very popular sleeper pick because of that offense. So I'm sure they were all disappointed he's staying. But
I mean, honestly, I think they would have ruined their Super Bowl run at that point because I think would have took a lot away from them because he's definitely a weapon on their team, even though he had a down year last year. Yeah. But he's still one of their main weapons.
Well, he said he was dealing with an injury the whole year, so maybe that's part of why he wasn't.
I can agree with that, and I think he's going to be the Kamara of the year before that.
Yeah.
To where he's going to be a top back again. So, and who knows, he could put up big numbers this year. I'm just glad they got it done. I mean, obviously the man want to get paid, and that running back market is really rare right now because those guys really don't get paid like that. So they got to kind of push the envelope for the rest of the running backs coming in the league. So I'm not mad at them at all.
And speaking of people not getting paid, while we're on running backs, Leonard Fournette, the Jags owed him $4 million, and they was like, no. Let her go. And this one actually has me upset because if you watched the show before, I'm big on Leonard Fournette just because in Jacksonville, he was, it's not unlikely for him to get between 250, 300 touches a year. He was the workhorse for that team. So I had quite a few Leonard Fournette shares that I'm saddened by now because he should be a good player with the Bucs, but it's not the ideal situation that he had with Jacksonville. And then the other person that Tony should be big on, Adrian Peterson getting let go.
I mean, going to goes Detroit. Back to Gibson pushing him out, which I mean,
he did. He pushed him out. He did. He pushed him out.
But you traded him though. That don't make sense.
I did. I got CeeDee Lamb though. Yeah. I got what I wanted.
Hey, but it could work out.
I made a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I think with the Fournette thing, they've been trying to trade him the whole offseason anyway.
Yeah.
They didn't want him there. They trying to kind of go in a different direction.
Yeah.
So I feel like they didn't want him there anyway. And then him landing with the Bucs, it's a great team, but it's a mess at the same time. Yeah. He's in a great situation, but they have other running backs there.
Right.
it's just too much going on in that running back room to make you say, "Oh, I'm gonna start Fournette every week." You can't do it because you don't even know who's gonna touch the ball.
I think I like Fournette there in the long run, but yeah, I'm with you. Starting off the season, I think he's good. He's better than Ronald Jones. That's obvious. However, Ronald Jones has been there the whole time and finished just getting. So I think it's going to take a while for him to get in with that. And like you said, there's a lot of mouths to feed with that Tampa Bay offense. So
I mean,
he's not going to be the Jacksonville workhorse that we're used to.
No.
So
we ain't even talking about just in the running back room. You got to think about Mike Evans,
right?
Godwin. You got to think about the tight ends. I mean, it's too much to feed there. It's like I don't know. I just think if it was me, I know he want to win, which I'm pretty sure that was the reason why he went to Tampa Bay. But if it was me, I would have went to somewhere where I know I would get my touches and still be able to win. It was teams out there that actually needed him. So, you know, he rather go there, which I ain't mad at. I mean, he in Florida, no state taxes. He ain't got to go far, so it's cool. I ain't mad at that. So,
with him being gone, is there anybody you like in that Jacksonville backfield to take over? Or
man,
you're not buying the James Robinson hype.
No, I mean, if for anybody that's still drafting like me, I still have a couple drafts left. I wouldn't even touch nobody from that backfield because I mean, you don't know him first of all, except for Chris Thompson. Yeah. I mean, they're saying he's gonna be the third down back throughout the whole game. Yeah. I just don't trust. They saying one guy's gonna start, then the other guy got COVID, so it's like too many.
When he comes back, is he gonna?
It's too many moving parts. I just don't trust it. I would stay away from it if I still had a draft left. I would definitely stay away from it. But there's one guy I do really want to talk about. It's a big topic, and for me, is Kareem Hunt signing a 2-year, $13 million deal today. Yeah, I want to know, fellas, does that affect Nick Chubb in fantasy this year?
Well, there was a Twitter thing I sent you earlier. Someone was asking the question of who's gonna be basically who is a better backup running back. Your choices were Tony Pollard for Dallas or Nick Chubb for the Cleveland Browns. Because with the money they just gave Kareem Hunt, if you went high on Chubb, you're probably a tad bit disappointed. I still have to believe that Chubb is going to get the bulk of the carries, the bulk of the work.
That's what I'm saying.
But it hurts his value. He's not the RB1 a lot of people thought they were getting when they drafted him. And you probably was leery of Kareem Hunt to begin with and how much he'd be an effect of that team. But when they gave him that money, you kind of just have to shake your head and know, this is not going to end well for me. And you have to wonder, long term, is somebody about to get traded to next year? So,
what you think?
That's what I just said.
Man, like they just pay. It's like sometimes we think with the moment when they pay them guys that money, it's like they must want to play him.
Right.
You know, if you giving out your money, your bread, and you know the bread is a little shorter this because of COVID. You know, so
right.
You know, the stadiums are not packed. You know, so if you paying somebody that kind of money, it's like you're not gonna give him the same amount of touches. Like Nick Chubb not gonna lose no touches.
Right.
But man, and I like Nick Chubb, man.
Yeah.
I like Nick Chubb. I think he's a good between the tackles running back. He runs hard. He can break tackles. He's not an easy guy to tackle. I still, man, I don't know why. I still feel like Chubbs is gonna come out on top, man.
Yeah.
Even with the money they give Kareem Hunt, man. I don't know why. I feel it like even though they pay him, I think Nick. And I think that should make Nick Chubb, like, you know, to prove himself. Like, okay, y'all paid this man this money. I'm going to show y'all that was a mistake. You know, so I think, you know, if he's a true competitor, I think that's going to push him harder. So every time he touched that rock, he's going to be like, man, they can't deny me. They got to give me the ball. You know, so I'm going to go with Nick Chubb, man. I'm probably stepping out, but I'm going to get my Stephen A on. I'm going with Nick Chubb. I'm
I
good
mean,
like you, Rod.
me personally, I think it's gonna affect him. It's funny that I'm talking about this because I've been having conversations with JJ
Yeah.
most of the week about this because I got a trade offer from somebody that you traded with. Um, and
He will remain anonymous.
he will remain anonymous. We're not gonna say his name, but he wanted to trade me another running back I'm not gonna speak of because he's in my bold prediction. So we're gonna hold off on that. So,
Okay.
but I turned it down because the thing playing fantasy, it teaches you to check the numbers. A lot of guys that play fantasy, they go off the name. So me as a fantasy person that's been playing for years, and I'm in a multiple leagues, I check the numbers. And from week 10 to week 16, he averaged only 2 more points in fantasy than Kareem Hunt. So before that, he averaged I want to say between about 20 points in our league, in St. Mark League, he averaged about 20 points in fantasy if you want to average it out. But from weeks 10 to week 16, he averaged about 17, probably 16 or 17 points. At that same time, Kareem Hunt averaged about 15 points. So if you're doing Kareem Hunt over the span of a whole year, basically that's a 45-55 split. Now, if you're drafting him anywhere in the top 10, to me that's a little scary because, first of all, you paying Kareem Hunt, which he already had a fairly good contract, but you paying him 2 years with an extra $13 million. That means he's going to be on the field a whole ton of a lot. And he's going to take away. And Chubb doesn't catch out of the backfield. Chubb had 230 yards receiving last year. So
he don't. No, that's not his. That's not his.
If you're in a PPR league, Chubb is not helping you because my prime example is Chubb can run. He can get 25 carries for 100 yards and not score a touchdown, but he's only giving you 10 points. Kareem Hunt can come in and give you 5 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. He had more. His numbers are better in a sense than Chubb. So I'm staying away from Chubb. If I'm anybody that drafted Chubb, they should be a little bit worried about Kareem Hunt at the end of the day. For me, so I would stay away from him if anybody got drafted for me.
So Rod, do you think if people drafted him high, you think they should trade him? And Fanny, you think if they get a good offer, you think they should trade him or hold on to him?
Well, my thing is this: you got certain people, like I said, they look at the name, they don't look at the stats. So you can throw a Nick Chubb out there and say, "Oh, I'm giving up Nick Chubb for this person," and they're gonna say, "Oh man, this dude traded me Nick Chubb. I'm about to get something." When in turn, you really not. You getting an RB2 at the end of the day. And then me and JJ looked at, he finished right, I think top 10, right at 10 last year once Kareem Hunt came back. So I think at the end of the day, he probably could be traded. I mean, but you can trade him to somebody that don't know much. So, but you can't get over somebody that do. So it doesn't work that way.
So do y'all think it might still maybe be a committee thing though? Like even though they paid him, it might be like a
it's definitely going to be a committee.
Like half and half.
And that half and half is what scares you because if you got Nick Chubb, you weren't looking for half and half. You were looking for like at most 60-40, hopefully 70-30.
30.
So,
Yeah.
So I mean that's my thing. I mean that he scares me. That's all. So anybody with Nick Chubb, if you could, I wouldn't say trade him right out, but if you can get a good offer for him, I mean try your best.
I would listen to any offers, right?
Definitely. Because I mean we got one guy who drafted him at number 7 at number 7 this year. He wanted to trade him before the season started. So it's to me, it's like you at a risk because you invested so much in that pick early when there was other people there. Right. So that's the how I feel about it. So I mean I don't know. So
yeah, if he's your best running back though, hold on to him because your running back game is weak. And
you should still be a good running back. So you don't have to be too scared if you have him. But it's just not. You're not gonna get the Nick Chubb you had last season where he was competing for the rushing title.
Yeah,
so
I don't think he's
that's
doing
your main
1,400
concern.
yards this year. I think he may do 1,200. if that. I think about 12. See, but it's really touchdown dependent.
Yeah.
So
very.
at this point, he's touchdown dependent. Like, so he has to get touchdowns to make that number look good for people, which I think that's not gonna. I mean, it could happen because he's gonna get all the goal line carries, but we'll see. Definitely.
Cool.
So I don't know. I mean, so we're gonna we're gonna roll on to the next topic. We got which is my favorite, which I really want to talk about.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
We got bold predictions, people.
All right.
Start with me. We got bold predictions, baby. This is what I want to talk about. I'm going out on a limb, and I'm saying, and I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this right now. I'm just letting y'all know. But I'm saying Jimmy Garoppolo, the best quarterback in the NFC West. Let's get it popping.
After Russell Wilson.
No, Russell Wilson is trash. We're not gonna talk about that. What? Nah. Be honest, Russell Wilson is better than Jimmy G. But I'm just talking because I'm a homer.
You got to give the people the truth.
I'm gonna give y'all the truth.
Right.
Russell Wilson. If I'm going Russell, he is better than Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Jimmy G would do 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Okay. That's my bold prediction, number one. And going back to the trade that I was offered, I'm saying David Johnson, if he stays healthy, would do 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. That's my bold pick number two. And my final and third one, Tyrod Taylor would start the whole season for the Chargers. That's my bold prediction. I mean, that's what I got, people.
Man.
Now the Tyrod Taylor one I find interesting because he's reuniting with the old coach, I think offensive coordinator or quarterback's coach. I forget the exact title, but the head coach now of the Chargers. Yeah. They have a working relationship. So I know he's big on Tyrod Taylor. So I think this is the chance that Tyrod Taylor has to hold his job. But I have Justin Herbert in one of my leagues. So if you don't know, all three of us are from Virginia. So Tyrod Taylor, Virginia Tech, always has my support. But this year, I'm rooting against him bad. I hate to have to do it to him. Hey, I like my fantasy football teams more than I like Tyrod Taylor. So, but I do agree with you. This is a good chance for him because they say that Justin Herbert, while he's looked decent, I don't think they believe he's ready yet to command an offense. So I think Tyrod Taylor has a really good shot, and he has some good weapons around him where they could do well. I don't think they're going to be the best. The thing that's going to hurt them is I think they're maybe the third best team in the AFC West, and if they start losing too much, that's where you might pull the coattails and say, "Hey, we're going to be bad. Let Justin Herbert in." So we'll see. Okay. Your Jimmy G, you've been saying from the beginning, so I'll let you keep. I'll let you keep that one going.
Thank you.
So, and I like your David Johnson as well.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Now, Tony, we need your bold predictions. What you got?
All right. Now, I already know y'all gonna think they crazy because I already gave you a little taste of it before when we had our little meeting last night. All right.
Lord,
so I'm going. Look at Riley's face. Here we go. So I'm going as a homer. The Washington team. Okay. Used to be the Washington Redskins. Okay. All right. So I'm saying that the Redskins will win 7 games this year.
Usually that wouldn't be bold, but but for the Washington football team, that's quite bold. I'm gonna give you that one.
I'm serious. I'm serious though. I'm serious. The Washington Redskins will win 7 games. Okay. My second one. I only got 2. I got 2. Washington will win 7 games. Dwayne Haskins. Okay. My boy Dwayne Haskins. We got Scary Terry. Big playmaker. Shifty. Okay. I say Dwayne Haskins will have 3,000 yards passing. Okay. 3,000 yards passing. And I would say 12 touchdowns.
12 touchdowns. That's kind of low.
That's not bold enough.
I mean,
12 to 15. 12 to 15.
I mean, 3,000 really ain't hard to get.
Give him 20.
I mean,
give him 20. Come on.
Gotta give him 20.
We just gave the 49ers Trent Williams, man. Our line is a little shaky right now. If he do that with the line we got, come on, man. And if he stay healthy.
You gotta. I would give him. If Josh Allen can throw for 3,000 yards, I know he can throw for 3,000 yards. So I'm gonna say
he got the arm. His arm is crazy.
I'm gonna say between, cause y'all gonna be losing a lot. I mean, cause y'all gonna have to pass a lot. No shade. I mean, but I believe think y'all gonna have to throw a lot in the game.
That's why I gave up Gibson.
So I think he could do between 3,000 and 3,500, and I can see 20 touchdowns. I can see 20 touchdowns. Scary Terry, I love Scary Terry. Scary Terry is great. I love him. And then you got a kid there, Sam Jr., Steve Sam Jr., who's another pretty shifty guy that you have. So I can see 3,000 and 3,500 yards.
That's your boy, JJ.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to win in 7 games, I think that's a little bit bold. I just don't see that. That means y'all will be in playoff contention at some point during the season, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Because in our division, horrible.
I mean, true, because most times your division winning, they were 8-8, 9-7 division. So that means y'all will be in playoff contention throughout the year. Y'all ain't that great, by the way. I mean, just to be real, be honest.
We sasaid bold prediction, baby.
That's bold. You should have said 10 wins. If that was that.
I know. That would be crazy. Because I think 7 wins is crazy for the Washington right now.
I would have been like 10 wins. My boys can get 10 wins this year. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, man. I'm really. I know we're not 10. Nah, that's not happening, man.
Okay.
10 is not happening. That's a stretch for myself. Nah.
But you think 7 is good? I would have been like, yo, my boys are going to win like 13 games. We're going to sweep the division. I mean,
man. Man. Our division horrible. So, I mean,
hey,
you can get play all 7 and 9. Right. Like, I mean, our division is not good, man.
That's true.
Yeah. So. Well, the Dallas team is supposed to be good this year. On paper, they look good, but on paper they looked good last year, and it didn't.
Always.
It didn't work out that way. So we'll see how that goes.
No.
Yeah.
What you got,
all right.
JJ?
Well, since you started off with one you've been on with Jimmy G, and you're a homer, and Tony went with his Washington football team, somehow not sucking completely, being a homer. I'm gonna be a homer too. So, if you watched our sleeper show, in fact, Tony was, Tony was here for the draft show. But if you watched our sleeper show, I told everybody Hunter Renfrow was gonna be a 1,000-yard receiver this year for the Las Vegas Raiders, and I was laughed at routinely. And then, but then Rodney looked at the stats and he agreed with me. For about a week and a half.
I did.
Okay.
And then he was like, no, that's not going to happen. And almost had me convinced that I was wrong, especially when I heard that they were going to put Ruggs in the slot. In fact, they originally said starting in the slot. So I was like, okay, well, he should have. I was like, Hunter Renfrow will still get about 700-800, even if he loses some of his targets. But then, because God wanted me to be right, from my sleeper pick, Terrell Williams is out for the year. And that means the opportunity is there. I'm back. Hunter Renfrow all the way. I guarantee you 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards receiving this year. He is going to be the number 1 receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders. Not Ruggs. Not Brian Edwards. Hunter Renfrow, who's going completely undrafted in leagues. It's gonna be, oh Lord, hold up. Before I finish my bold predictions, we have the return of Shaq. He's back, and Mike Evans is still top 5 in the league. I'm loving it.
Shaq.
Yo, funny,
We love
man.
you, Shaq. Shout out to his podcast. My brother, him and they got a podcast together. Shout out to the locker room with 2T's. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
But Shaq, he's not top 5, bro.
Mike Evans being top 5. Yeah, I'm not down with that one either. In fact, it hits on one of my bold predictions. So stay tuned, Shaq, because you're gonna hate this. But before I get to my second bold prediction, welcome Jacob Piccolo, who says he has Devontae Parker on his bench for Week 1. Just came off injury, facing Gilmore, debating starting Antonio Gibson over him. Antonio Gibson, Tony. See, everybody's on it but you. And he says Gibson is second in depth chart, but I don't think that affects his workload. Everybody loves Antonio Gibson except for Tony, the person who's the Washington football team fan. Devontae Parker on the bench. I don't think I put him on the bench. Yeah, he's coming off the injury, but I don't know. I just based off what Devontae Parker did last year, I think I feel more comfortable starting him than I do Antonio Gibson. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, my question would be, what is his other options besides Gibson? Is it more options?
Yeah.
They're saying it's undisclosed, so they're not even telling you what the injury is.
That is kind of scary, though.
That's kind of scary, but I'm going to roll with him. I'm going to wait at least to Sunday morning to kind of see what's going on.
Right.
But he has a point there that he's going against New England with, I think it's Gilmore, the cornerback, which is a tough one. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So
lockdown.
He's a lockdown. So I need to know his other options.
Yeah, he just responded back. He has Cooper Kupp and Cortland Sutton starting. Monster and Monster. So I like those two picks. So that's his starters. Do you have any other choices at flex? Like I said, I still like Devontae. I think Devontae Parker as a flex option is pretty darn good. Antonio Gibson scares me because technically he's not, like you said, Jacob, he's technically not the starter, but I still think Antonio Gibson is going to get that work. I don't know whether I believe he's going to get that work Week 1. Plus, I don't think I read the part, but he's not in a PPR league, which also I think hurts Antonio Gibson's value because I think Antonio Gibson's going to be real good for PPR.
Yeah. So I would definitely go with Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Just because if you're not in the PPR league, you're pretty much basing your points off of yardage and touchdowns. So I'm going Devontae Parker because the thing with Gibson's going to get the PPR, your points, out of the backfield, and he might not get the carries as a rusher. So I would go Devontae Parker out. I mean, you just got to play your cards. Sunday you got to check to make sure he's going to be available because they're saying that injury is undisclosed, so you really don't know what. But they did say he practiced today. I did read that when I checked my roster. So if he practiced the full week, you might be okay. I would play it by ear and just see if you have another option outside of Gibson. Yeah. So if you have another option outside of Gibson, you can go with that. But right now, I would say Devontae Parker.
Right. But getting back to my bold predictions, I'm going to stay down in Florida. In fact, I'm going to stay on Miami with my next pick. Fitzmagic is in the building. He's officially been made to. We just lost Tony. Hopefully he comes back. But Fitzmagic is in the building, and so I think that makes things great for the wide receivers for not only Devontae Parker, but another person that went undrafted in a lot of leagues, Preston Williams. I've been big on. I have Preston Williams in almost every league, and we didn't see a lot from Preston Williams last year. But here's my next guarantee. You ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Hunter Renfro's at 1,000. Guess how many Preston Williams is getting?
Please don't say 1,000.
I'm going to tell you. I love Fitzmagic, but I don't know if he's going to be there. He might not get 1,000, but Preston Williams is at least at 800. And so I think he's going to be a very good flex option to play throughout the season. But staying back down in Florida, just for my main man, Shaq. We saw the power, and I've said this one before too. I said this prediction before that I think Jameis Winston made that offense run as bad as he was with his interceptions. He was a gunslinger, and I'm not 100% sure they have that gunslinger mentality with Tom Brady. So we saw last year Mike Evans and Chris Godwin were top receivers. Somebody's gonna fall out. Plus, when you add Rob Gronkowski, I don't think you're gonna get the miraculous amount of receptions that you got from those two receivers. Someone's got to take the fall. We discussed it before. I'm sorry, Shaq. I think it's Mike Evans who's gonna fall below the Mike Evans standard. I could be wrong. This one's my semi-bowl I put in just for you. I wasn't going to use this one, but when Shaq came, I had to say, yo, we're not going to see that dynamic Tampa Bay offense like we expected to see. There's going to be a lot of fall off, I think. We're not going to see them both at 1,000 yards, and I think Mike Evans is going to be a little bit disappointing for fantasy owners, but for fantasy owners only. But
I think Chris Godwin is going to be the obvious number one receiver there. I think at the end of the day, I think he's saying he's better than Mike Evans, but if I had to pick one or the other, I'm going Chris Godwin over Mike Evans.
Yeah,
Chris Godwin's a little bit younger. Mike Evans still a good receiver, but he's not top 5. I mean, I can name 5 receivers better than him right now. Now, I'm not saying he's not top 10, but he's definitely
top 10.
He's definitely top 10, but he's definitely not top 5. You got Hopkins, you got Julio. I mean, you got
Michael
Thomas. I mean, you got receivers out there that you can go pick up before him and still be satisfied and get better numbers.
Well,
I'm sorry,
the deal is Chris Godwin plays more in the slot, and the slot receiver is what makes Tom Brady think Julian Edelman, think Wes Welker.
That's true.
I'm not big on Mike Evans, and I'm sorry to have to tell it to you. But I got one last bold prediction, then we got a couple of other questions. And this is my favorite of all. Well, Hunter Renfrow is my favorite of all my bold predictions because I love Hunter Renfrow. We've seen Nick Foles be the MVP in Philadelphia. We've seen Nick Foles go to the Rams and do nothing. Then Jared Goff is born as the starter. We've seen Nick Foles go to Jacksonville to be the starter. We've seen him fail, and we saw the birth of Minshew being the starter there. Nick Foles is in Chicago, and despite all the hate he gets, despite the fact that people say he can't be a quarterback, I think this is the year for Mitch Trubisky owners. If you have Mitch Trubisky, and I do have him in one of my leagues, this is going to be the year that we finally see what we want to see from Mitch Trubisky. He's going to hold that job. Nick Foles somehow just makes other quarterbacks better just by showing up. And so I think we're going to see some really good stuff from Mitch Trubisky this year. Those are my bold predictions. Let's hit some of these questions.
Still shaky, man.
Yeah,
Mitch Trubisky's still shaky.
He's shaky, but he has Allen Robinson, who he loves, and I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna make that pop this year. I'm kind of scared of what's happening with the running backs with Montgomery's injury, but it gives Tariq Cohen an opportunity to shine. And Tariq Cohen had a terrible year last year, but he's great. He's a great receiving running back, and so I think everything's gonna set up perfectly for Mitch Trubisky to showcase his talent this year. And the competition of Nick Foles is gonna be what makes it interesting. Yeah. Let's get to some of these questions because we have a few of them.
All right.
And we have like an entire rant from Shaq that I know I know Rodney is waiting to hear. But first, Jacob Piccolo asks, how many weeks do you say before Fournette becomes the main 3-down back? Because let's be honest, Ronald Jones is doo-doo. And yeah, we said that earlier. It's not going to take long. It's not going to. If it's longer than week 3, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm actually saying week 2.
Yeah.
I think week 1 they're gonna settle. Kind of the dust is gonna settle. Who's gonna be the better back? But I think week 2 is when Fournette is gonna take that starting role from him, because Ronald Jones couldn't take the job from somebody else last year. So what makes you think he's gonna? Because my thing is this: you wouldn't have drafted a running back first of all, and you wouldn't have brought in Shady McCoy third of all. So it's just to me, those 2 pickups makes it seem like Ronald Jones is not the man there. So, and then you go pick up Leonard Fournette on top of that. That's saying something about Ronald Jones, not the other two guys.
Ronald Jones' competition was Peyton Barber and Dare. Dare's not even on the team anymore, and neither is Peyton Manning. They shipped them out to Washington's football team. So that lets you know if he couldn't beat them consistently, he's not going to compete with Leonard Fournette. That's why I'm like, if it's past week 3 and he's not the 3-down guy, I'd be completely stunned.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think week 2.
I think if it was more, if he had more time in training camp, he'd be the starter at week 1. But I think just the fact that he missed so much time because Jacksonville waited to the last minute to drop him is the only reason it's going to take a little bit of time. But good question.
Y'all think they're going to do y'all don't think they're going to do a running back by committee type deal?
At the beginning, but no. Leonard Fournette's too good.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette is the better back out there. I think he just got to get adjusted to that system. And I think once he get in there, because what he did prove last year is he can catch out the backfield. So that's big for Tom Brady. So
I think
that alone is gonna make him. Even like it depends on the game flow in week 1. He may take it then.
Right.
I mean, because Peyton Barber, like you said, he's not that good. So Leonard Fournette may come in and just take it then. In week 2, he just takes the job completely.
Yeah.
So
before I get to Shaq's rant, that I think is mainly aimed at you.
I know.
Shaq's coming in with the support, though. He says at Jacob Piccolo that Brady doesn't trust Rojo because he misses his blocking assignments a lot. And that's been in training camp news for a while, that Ronald Jones was missing block. And if you can't – Brady getting hit is not going to work, so you got to know.
Yeah. No, you would not be back there.
So,
yeah.
Man,
all right, let's hear Shaq stuff. All right.
What Shaq got to say? What Big Shaq got to say?
He says it's going to be controlled chaos, but I can agree with that, and I think that's in reference to the fact that I don't think they're going to see the I'm guessing that's in reference to the fact that you're not going to see both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin get the kind of numbers they did last year. But you said there was a bunch of wide receivers. How many wide receivers did you say were better than Mike Evans? Did you say 10?
Mike Thomas, Hopkins, Julio Jones, Adams. I mean, his own teammate is better than him, Godwin. So
no, Shaq says it's Nuke, Michael Thomas, I'm sure that is, Julio Jones, Devontae, Adams, and that's it. Those are the only ones.
How you just gonna not Michael Thomas, Hopkins, Julio, Adams, his own teammate in Godwin, and we might can even throw in Tyreek Hill if we really want to have a conversation. So
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if I can give you that one.
I'm saying we might can throw in that conversation. And then if you really want to go out there, let's be for real, man. Like, it's a bunch of receivers that didn't have productive years last year that could be better on the same rim as him. So at the same time, if I'm drafting, I'm going Michael Thomas, I'm going Hopkins, I'm going Julio, I'm going Adams, and I'm going Godwin ahead of Michael Evans.
Right.
Yeah, Mike Evans would be in that range from 6 to 10.
Right.
Not saying he's not a bad receiver. He might be 6 on the
list. He's definitely in 10.
Definitely. Yeah, he's probably number 6.
Yeah.
Shaq, we're not taking it away from your boy. We're just telling you it's 5 receivers that's better than him.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
And that's a fact.
I mean, come on now.
You can't argue that.
Another point he makes is Scotty Miller is the slot receiver in Tampa Bay, which is technically true, but I was just saying that Chris Godwin plays more in the slot than Mike Evans does, so that's his advantage. Where am I? I have another comment. Jacob says he's going to lead Devontae Parker in the lineup. Good idea. He's going to start Sutton over Antonio Gibson because he doesn't think he'll get the red zone carries, let alone Washington gets in the red zone, because despite what Tony says, Washington's not winning 7 games, and they're going to start off with a loss week 1. I'm with you 100%.
We win in 7 games. We win in 7 games.
All right, stop that foolishness. Your bold prediction sucks. So we got another comment from TTV Tropical Edge HQ, who says he has Michael Thomas, DK Metcalf, and T.Y. Hilton as their wide receivers. I like.
I love
like.
that.
The only thing about T.Y. Hilton that scares me is he spent a lot of time hurt last year.
Yes.
But if he's healthy, which I'm crossing my fingers he is, not because I had T.Y. Hilton, but because I have Phillip Rivers in another league, and Phillip Rivers with T.Y. Hilton, that's going to be nice. So,
I think with Phillip Rivers, he's going to have – I mean, his quarterback situation last year wasn't the greatest, and you had a quarterback that couldn't throw the ball down the field. But I think with Phillip Rivers there now, because, you know, he's big on throwing the ball down the field. So I think he could have a good year this year. You know, so I definitely think T.Y. Hilton is a guy that lineup is crazy, though. I love those receivers.
I mean,
jeez.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good
what?
lineup.
Hold on. He came back and said he has Marcus Brown on his bench. Like, is this a 10-team, 8-team league? Because goodness gracious, you killed wide receiver in your draft.
Who he got on his bench?
Marquise Brown.
He got
as a bench player.
Michael Thomas, DK Metcalf, and T.Y. Hilton.
Yo, you win the wide receiver award. So
ask him what he was drafting in. I would like.
Yeah. What place did you have in the draft, and how many people are in that league? Because that's nice. That's a award-winning wide receiver team. Yeah. I barely missed out on getting Michael Thomas and Chris Godwin on the same team, barely, and I was gonna be happy with that.
Yeah.
So I think this. Yeah, that's a nice little selection. But while we wait to see if we get the response to that, Shaq has another question on who he has as the sleeper rookie wide receiver. It's
good job.
Yo,
good job, bro. Like that's a good one there.
Yeah.
Hey, Rodney, they were drafting against our daughters, bro.
They had to be, man.
but
how you get that line?
Yo,
what?
Nice.
Come on, man.
But
sleeper.
Yeah, the sleeper wide receiver for this year. He's going with Michael Pittman Jr. Going back to the Colts, which is that's a nice one.
I have actually two.
Okay. Hold up, where's that?
Tony, why you go off the screen, Tony?
Yeah. All right, we're back.
Why you go off the screen?
I'm right here, man.
Can't see you.
Yeah, we can't see you anymore. But
hold on.
All right, but we're back. I think we're back.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. So we'll just go with it.
Right.
But you were talking to us about Michael Pittman Jr. We dropped out, I think, for a little bit.
I think.
No, you weren't talking about Michael Pittman. You were talking about Brandon Ayuk, I think, at the time.
I think Brandon Ayuk, Justin Jefferson, and Judy gonna have the opportunities that most rookie receivers don't have.
Yeah.
Because they're coming in and they're gonna be that number 2 receiver. So I think those could be your sleepers this year. But if you saying one, I would say Justin Jefferson would be somebody for me. Just not picking from my own team, I would say Justin Jefferson will be that guy because they have no other receiver there outside of Thielen. So definitely Justin Jefferson is one guy I would say that's a sleeper receiver that you could probably get or even depend on a lot this year. So.
All right, Tony, you got a sleeper wide receiver you want to throw out?
And a rookie, right?
Yeah, a rookie. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it has to be a rookie.
It has to be a rookie. Well, I ain't gonna say CD. Well, I ain't gonna say CD. I mean, I think everybody expecting, CeeDee Lamb to, to put in for, get him involved in the offense. So I don't think that probably would be considered a sleeper. But what is it, Jefferson?
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I like him, man. I think Jefferson would be a good sleeper to pick up. That probably a lot of that might be available in a lot of fantasy leagues. Like I said, I took the time out to get my boy CeeDee Lamb, so he probably not available in a lot of because everybody think he's gonna get that look. So I would say Jefferson. That would be my sleeper rookie.
Once again, you miss out on your chance to say someone from the Washington football team. I'm starting to doubt whether you really like them.
Come on, man.
You don't like Sims?
I like Sills, man. I like Sills. I like him,
I'm
man. But
disappointed.
you know,
I'm disappointed.
I'm going with Jefferson, man. LSU, man. LSU. I'm
All right,
going with
that's a good
Jefferson,
one.
man.
All right, well, sleeper rookie wide receivers. My answer
Right.
gonna be 100% right was Jalen Rieger, but
Mm.
with the injury, I don't think that's gonna everybody.
Yeah,
Okay, y'all's here. All right. So
Yeah, we here.
yeah, Jalen Rieger was gonna be my answer for that question before he got injured. But the correct answer, I think, and it's hold up, we ever me. All right. The correct answer, I think, is Laviska Chenault Jr. That's right. Deep sleeper.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Jacksonville,
about.
yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars, because they're going to
I know what
be
you're talking about.
horrible, horrible, horrible. And without Leonard Fournette there, I'm trying to tell you, he's going to be a monster, and that's my sleeper pick, uh,
That's a
replacing
good
Jalen
pick,
Rieger.
JJ.
So,
That's a good
that's not a
yeah,
pick.
bad.
yeah, yeah,
That's not a bad pick. I ain't even
yeah.
think about that because
I
Of course.
forgot about him. He's a beast.
Of course I did. That's why y'all
Coming
have
out
me
of
on the
coming out
show
of
to
college.
help y'all out with all these things.
there you go. That's stuff again.
All right.
Hey,
Another question. Just make sure I didn't skip over anybody. Jacob asked, "What are our thoughts on Clyde Edwards-Helaire? He thinks he's going to be top 10 in non-PPR running backs." Okay.
mm,
PPR, I would say I probably agree with you. Non-PPR,
That's
I
tough.
got to think about that one.
I
Hmm.
don't think so.
Um,
Not non
Hmm.
PPR.
now
Yeah.
if you go in PPR, because they saying he's a 3 down back,
Yeah.
so he's gonna
He's
be on
going to
the
be the
field.
main. Yeah.
He's
But
gonna be on the
Hmm.
field.
yeah.
So I think that's the kind of non PPR. He would have to rush for 1,200 yards to be even
Yeah.
remotely effective in non PPR. If you're not
Unless it's getting
considering,
red zone passes to get in the end zone to
yeah, he would
comp.
have to be. But I mean,
Well,
in a PPR league, he could
I don't think
definitely
he's gonna.
finish top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PPR. I definitely say top. He
Yeah,
has a good shot at top 10. Non PPR, that's a tough one for me because
yeah, I don't know. That's
one
That's
just because of the
tough.
kind of the style offense they play with Andy Reid. Because I
yeah.
think that his receiving is what makes Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
Right.
a
Right.
desirable pick. So I say probably a little bit outside because here's how you finish top 10. Uh,
In non PPR leagues.
yeah,
Because
you
it's
gotta
funny you
be
say that. So
you have to
I,
be like a well. I take that back because in non PPR, Christian McCaffrey can still be a top guy, right? He was last year because he gets touchdowns.
Hmm.
No,
yeah,
I can't. I
but
can't. I think Clyde
The
had
Chiefs, the
slightly.
Chiefs
I'm
have
gonna
too many
say
weapons,
top.
man.
I'm
They
say
have too many
top
weapons.
15 non PR. Top 15 non PR. But I can't. I can't give him type 10. Top 10. I don't think.
Nah.
league
Yeah.
yesterday, and Derrick Henry was the best back in that league, and Derrick
Yeah.
Henry is not a PPR running back. So you would have to really rush for a large amount of yards to be
Yeah. Right.
considered a top 10 PPR.
Right.
You would have to literally get between 1,200 and 1,500 yards in a non PPR league for
Yeah.
that running back to be top 10. I don't know. That's a head scratcher
Yeah.
for me. I
If he
don't
gets
know
a lot of
if top
touchdowns,
10.
I could think he can do it. But
I
I
can
don't think
see
he's
it
going
too.
to be the touchdown leader because that's Travis
Oh.
Kelsey's job. And with a healthy,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I think it's going to be
Well,
it's
because
going to be tough for him.
Henry
It's going
had
to be tough for him to get in the
19.
top 10. I think.
Henry had 19
Yeah.
touchdowns last year, so
Yeah.
that's what made him
Yeah.
The
a
production.
Yeah.
the number
And it's
one
fun.
non PPR running back last year. So
Hmm.
he would really have to get a lot of yards and a bunch of
Yeah.
touchdowns.
I just
And
don't
in
think
that
they
offense, I don't
run
think
the
that's
ball
happening.
that much, like you said. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
I don't know
All
about
right.
that.
Another comment from TTV Tropical Edge HQ. Marquise Brown, he said, was 116 picks. He lasted a long time. Uh,
Jeez.
I'm gonna write. I haven't written this blog post yet. We have, by the way, visit rjfantasyfootballtalk.com. But I
Yes.
just want to announce to the world right now that my wife has started her first fantasy football team.
Let's go.
And the craziest thing that happened is she got Matt Ryan like in the I don't think it was the last round, but it was like round 14.
What?
Matt Ryan was still around. So sometimes, depending on the league, you'll see people that you shouldn't expect. So the fact that you were able to get Marquise Brown that late is impressive.
Yeah.
But sometimes it happens in the ball. So he also says that he has Kenyon Drake and Johnson as his running backs, and Breida and Coleman on the bench. I like all of that.
I like the Johnson. I love Kenyon Drake.
Yeah.
I love Johnson.
Yeah.
Breida, I think Breida's gonna take that job eventually in Miami. I just think Howard is it's a toss up with them. I don't like the situation in Miami as far as running back, but I think if you got to pick one or the other, I think Breida is down the line would be better than Jordan Howard. Tevin Coleman, as a 49ers fan, I think Mustard's probably the better back out there. But the way we run things, it could be any one of those guys any week. So you never know. So he rolls with the hot hand. So you can't go wrong with that, with those 4 running backs. You have options, which is good. So, I mean, not bad at all. So he sounds like he got a really good team.
He's good.
A nice squad going.
He got a good squad.
I don't know who was drafting with him. Lord mercy.
And then we got Shaq asking if Todd Gurley's going to have a bounce back season, and the answer to that is yes. He's going to be a monster in that, man. Well, if he stays healthy, he's going to be a monster in that Atlanta. That's the only thing you worry about with Todd Gurley.
I mean, because they have nobody behind Todd Gurley. And they did that on purpose because they didn't bring another back behind Todd Gurley. So Todd Gurley is going to be first, second, and third down every series. Yeah. So he's going to get the ball regardless. And the way, if you think about it, Freeman, even on a down year last year, had over 600 yards receiving out of the backfield. So just imagine a broke down Freeman in a better Gurley. So I think Gurley had over 1,000 yards last year, total yards with the Rams. So I think him going into that system where they don't have to stack 8 in the box with Julio, they got Ridley, they got the tight end. So
that's true.
At the end of the day, I think he's going to have a better season this year than he did last year. So
I think
definitely.
He has a better offensive line than he had with the Rams. So
that's true too. So yeah.
Yeah,
the questions coming, man. We got to let's keep them going now.
All right, flowing tonight.
I think that's the last one I had listed. Yeah. So those were some great questions. Appreciate everybody that's been joining. So.
Appreciate the questions. Just to let y'all know, we have some breaking news.
Drum roll.
We're going to be debuting a Saturday show.
Right.
First Saturday show will be, if I'm not mistaken,
this Saturday.
This Saturday coming up.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. We don't have a name for it right now. We're still working on a name, but we got a few names that we're digging with right now.
Right. We have to finalize it. We'll finalize it this week. But we're going to be giving you breakdowns of every single game with which impact players and sleepers you might need for each team and for every game. And we're also going to make picks. So it's going to be fun to see how it works out. So, definitely join us Saturday. We'll post more information that on the website as well and on our Facebook, Instagram pages. So just follow us, and we'll keep you informed. Yeah.
And hit that bell, people. Hit that bell.
Subscribe.
Please. Subscribe to RJ Fantasy Football Talk. We here. We ain't going nowhere, and we're going to bring you a bunch of content this season. On Wednesdays, we normally on Wednesdays, people, but like we said in the beginning, we got a couple of drafts that we got to finish up tomorrow. Yeah. So, but normally it's Wednesday, and we're going to be coming for you on Saturday. So next Wednesday we'll be here. Definitely, we appreciate Tony coming through again. Definitely, we appreciate
my brothers.
Support us. Like us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Visit the website. I mean, just hit all our pages up. We really appreciate everybody that be tuning in with us. So definitely, much love over here.
All right.
What about the merch, y'all? You ain't gonna tell them about the merch? About the merch. Come on, man. We gotta get the whole thing. We get partial. The whole thing.
we working on. We got merch. We got a new design that we put out there. If you go to our website, you will see it is on the top left corner. So that's our new design. Actually, I
You can
made a
see it
shirt
at the
for
bottom
myself. You
right
see it
now.
at the bottom too. I actually made a
Okay.
shirt for myself. I will go get it, but it's in my
Yeah.
room. So,
We'll,
but
we'll have to post some pic. We'll let you be the model. We'll post some pictures on the Instagram. We'll get
definitely,
ready.
I'm gonna take a pic tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and post it up there.
Yeah.
Just let us know if you like it or not. Give us a yay, nay, what we can make better about it. Just let us know. We got merch.
Yeah.
We can give it to you.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
Definitely. We here to listen. If you don't like it, what changes do we need to make? So definitely,
Yeah.
we're here for the people. So
Right.
definitely. And again, enjoy y'all season. Best of luck to everybody.
That's the luck.
Best of luck, definitely. And everybody win. I mean, I'm in 6 leagues, JJ in 7, Tony's in 2. So somebody got to bring some championships home this time around. So,
Hey,
so definitely.
I need my number 3.
Nah, bro, don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen. Not with that trade you just made. So don't worry about
Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta let this go. Y'all gotta let it go. Man.
So,
Gotta
but
let
we
it go.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And we'll see you Wednesday.
Well,
Best of
see
luck
you
to
Saturday
everybody.
first, and then
It's
next.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to everybody. In week 1.
All
Definitely.
right.
So
Later,
see you
everybody.
around.
Peace.
All right, man.